TV, I'm Kendall.
And I'm Chase Borland, and we're glad that you've tuned in. The Ohio University Spencer Blackburn pageant was created in the 70s in honor of Donald Spencer, the first African American on the Board of Trustees, and Martha Blackburn, the first African American woman to graduate from OU. Videographers Camille and Gabby went behind the scenes to capture the experience contestants go through.
The pageant was created in the mid-1970s, and it is in honor of Donald A. Spencer and Martha Jane Hunley Blackburn, which were Donald A. Spencer was the first African American to serve on the Board of Trustees, and Martha Jane Hunley Blackburn was the first African American female to graduate from Ohio University. So the scholarship fund is raised in honor of them, and it is awarded to multiple students during the spring award gala. The primary purpose of the pageant is to raise money for scholarship, but it is also a very good way for undergraduate students to get connected with different student organizations because they fundraise for the pageant, and it's just a way to get them connected into the community here.
The dances, the dances, I cannot stress that enough, the dances. I mean, and also the written word as well. I mean, there was a few times where, like, you know, we fool around just having fun or whatnot, you know, but just those funny moments there just make, like, one day we're gonna look back and be like, man, like, that joke that person made with that, like, we can forever laugh at that.
Everyone was very opening, everyone was very optimistic about the pageant, and they all had the same, you know, belief system as me, is like they wanted to try something new, and they were open to like meeting, and I feel like everyone's very welcoming, and it's a very friendly environment, and we have fun majority of the time.
The people, just seeing them grow, seeing them reach their potential, seeing them being the best version of themselves, it's just immaculate just to see our community come together, love on each other, and actually smile. I mean, like, I know personally for me, I didn't really see that back at home. So seeing that here, it's just a beautiful thing. And being a part of that is a beautiful thing.
It's worth it. Look, if you win, okay, you have a good memory. If you don't win, you have a good memory.
This pageant is significant because it honors these two important people who people would not have known otherwise. Spencer and Blackburn have made tremendous impacts not only at Ohio University, but simply as people.
In other news, every year the theater department puts on the iconic Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Union. Let's take a look at the goals and aspirations the cast has for this year.
A big thing with us with Rocky is just creating like a safe space and environment where everybody can just be who they want to be. Like, that's a big thing for us. You're able to get up on that stage or just come to the audience of Rocky and just dress however you want, like be involved however you want. It's just a lot of fun. It really is a good outreach for the community, and especially like a good highlight for the LGBT community in the area.
Yeah, I think Rocky is a really great practice of acceptance and definitely does a really good job at getting the message across that it's okay to be who you are and to be comfortable in your sexuality.
Yeah, I mean, it's the 20th anniversary show, and that's really exciting. I think we have a really untraditional cast this year. Obviously, I'm playing Brad. We have like a girl playing Dr. Scott. I think we have just a really fun and diverse cast, so I'm just excited to like bring that to Athens and just like do it a little bit differently than they have been doing it maybe the past couple years. So
basically, I would say the thing I'm trying to get out of Rocky is just an extra confidence boost. This is a show where it's basically just one big family, and you're obviously very vulnerable around some new people, but we're such a supportive group of people. We're all super body positive, and we all just try to hype each other up. It's such a talented group of people, and so when you're on stage like with these people, you feel like you're on top of the world.
Rocky will be live at the Union from October 19th to October 21st, so you do not want to miss it.
I'm so excited to see the show this weekend. Any OU student can now identify the iconic scooters that go up and down the brick streets. On these scooters are the snag drivers that supposedly have instant delivery in 10 minutes. So we put them on the clock and tested their time.
It's essentially like an on-demand convenience store, kind of. Basically everything that you can think of that a student might need, from like school supplies to kitchen essentials, trash bags, notebooks, snacks, candy, ice cream, all kinds of stuff, energy drinks. Yeah, so we've been at Miami and OSU for 2 years, and then end of August we opened here in that BG. But yeah, my job, a lot of it's social media, trying to create content that hits with the college student. But I do a lot of physical stuff too. I do tabling on Court Street. We do hat bombs where we'll take like a couple hundred hats into bars. So I think we have like a few things that kind of make us stand out. Probably first and foremost being our interaction, and it's because we only are on college campuses, we only target college students, and we make a point to interact with them and sort of treat them like equals rather than just consumers. But we also do the 99-cent delivery, which is really competitive, 10-minute delivery, and we're eco-friendly. We're emissions-free. We use all recyclable bags.
I personally love Snag. It's way less expensive than GoPuff. My roommates and I order it all the time. What about you?
I have yet to try Snag, but I'm super excited because I don't feel like taking the hike out to Walmart all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So the question is, will Snag become more popular than GoPuff? We'll have to wait and see.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a rather unorthodox Halloween special for the Depths Music Podcast. My name is Nick, and today I am taking you through a timeline of some appropriately spooky, Halloween-y heavy metal songs. Because I feel like if there's any genre that is absolutely perfect for just this time of year and this season, talking about creepy crawly and spooky things, I mean, it's metal. And obviously it's one of, if not the genre I'm the most familiar with.
All right, welcome back. Good to see you again. My name is James Zinnbauer. I'm your forecaster for today, courtesy of Ohio University's Scalia Lab. As you can see behind me, we got a lot of clouds moving in. This is at our beautiful time of Thursday afternoon. Looking forward, this nice weather that we had today is not going to last very long. If you can tell, it's already starting to sprinkle just a little bit. This is from an approaching cold front that we have off a low pressure system that's moving in from the west. And along that cold front, we're going to get a couple rounds of showers, some tonight, later into Friday morning as well. We're going to have some spotty showers throughout Friday as well. Even Saturday, we could have a couple spotty, off and on showers as well. So they might just come and go, interspersed with the day. And it'll still be pretty cloudy as well. Unfortunately, our nice weather is going to dip down back into the mid 50s again. We're going to have some low 60s to start Friday and Saturday, but then by Sunday, all that rain will have been passed by us. Thankfully, it's not going to be as cloudy anymore, but we are going to have those lows down into the 30s by Monday morning as well, which is going to be a rough start if you have any early classes. Looking forward, though, it's not going to last forever. We're going to have another warming cycle come in as our pressure begins to build once again. Cloudy skies are going to move out of the area, and partly cloudy skies, along with sunny weather, is going to move in, and we're going to have some nice weather up into the upper 60s, even the mid 70s by the late week. But thankfully, just bear with this weekend for a little bit. It's not going to be very pleasant, but just hold on just a little bit because we're going to have some nice weather just around the corner. All right, thank you.
Thanks, James. It's been a busy week all around Ohio sports, so let's get a quick rundown of how the teams fared this past week. Ohio football dropped its first conference game of the season to Northern Illinois on the road this past Saturday. The Bobcats offense was slow throughout the game and was only able to score 13 points, tied for the second fewest they've scored in a game this season. Also in football news, sports editor Bobby Keegan had the chance to sit down with Ohio's defensive coordinator Spence Nowinski to learn about his backstory, how he ended up at OU, his relationship with head coach Tim Albin, and how he's had success in his second season here at Ohio University. Ohio volleyball split a 2-game series with Bowling Green this past weekend. On Friday night, the Bobcats won in 4 sets, 3-1, and then on Saturday night lost 3-1 to the Falcons. They're currently tied for 6th in the MAC at 5-4, and with just 1 month to play, Ohio is sitting on the bubble. They'll need a strong finish if they want to get into the MAC Conference tournament in November. And finally in sports, after traveling to St. Louis this past weekend, the Ohio hockey team is heading to New York to take on Niagara and Buffalo State. The Bobcats will take on Buffalo State tonight and then face off against Niagara Saturday and Sunday. That's all the time we have for sports. Now let's go back to Kendall and Chase at the desk.
Thank you, Andrew. We were on the scene of the investiture ceremony, where Ohio University's 23rd president, Lori Stewart Gonzalez, is set to be inaugurated into her title. This week is Lori Stewart Gonzalez's investiture, which holds many different events to celebrate her and the university. Wednesday was President Gonzalez's official inauguration to swear in our first female president at OU. Certain traditions of the ceremony consist of the president receiving her regala, the gown she wears at graduation, the ceremonial mace, and the seal of office. Delegates were chosen and invited to lead the academic procession, which celebrates the new chapter in OU's history. Gonzalez says she is honored to accept this role leading our university and serving the Appalachian region where she was raised.
There's a new, accessible, inclusive playground being built in the Alexander School District. This project is asking for the community's help to fundraise and build the playground. The inspiration for this playground came from an Athens resident who realized that her son would have nowhere to play at recess like the other children, due to him being in a wheelchair. Another parent also worried for her daughter who has accessibility barriers. These parents quickly realized their biggest obstacle would be funding, as accessible playground products are thousands of dollars. The committee hopes to raise $150,000 by November 23rd to pay for the entire structure. To donate to this fund, go to the AlexanderInclusivePlayground.org website. The committee says they hope this project will serve as a stepping stone for other schools in Ohio to make this change.
Reporter Hailey Dunne went on an investigative task regarding OU and Athens' littering problem, especially after big weekends such as homecoming.
Litter control in the uptown area, we're under contract with Athens Hocking Recycling Center. They come up and empty the trash receptacles in the uptown area almost every day. I mean, they come up with a high level of regularity to manage the trash collection. That also includes the big dumpsters that we have in what we call the franchise areas. For homecoming, it's business as usual, really, for the city of Athens. The thing that we do enhance during big weekends, and in particular, let's say the homecoming event, and events, because it's homecoming week, and so there's a lot that goes on. We will typically have our street sweeper come up and clean the streets much more frequently than is normal.
In Moonville, Ohio, lies a very scary tunnel that is said to be haunted. A few of our postees actually went to the tunnel to see what it was all about. Moonville is well known for its haunted reputation. Back in 1856, a railroad was built to ship coal and clay on this property. Eventually, the town gained about 100 residents, but today, only the train tunnel, the old schoolhouse, and the cemetery remain. Believers say railroad workers were run over by the train, and the ghosts of them still linger and wave their lanterns around in the train tunnel. The posties that went to visit this chilling town said it was a very uncomfortable feeling. I know personally I will never be going to something like that because haunted places are not my thing. What about you, Chase?
I think the scariest thing about this tunnel was how big it was.
Because you were actually there.
I was. And the craziest thing was that if you stood on one side, you could whisper through the tunnel and hear the person on the other side perfectly clearly. Walking around Uptown, we get to see some very talented people performing their hearts out for the students of OU. We decided to send some videographers down to court to catch up with these talents.
Tears I cried for that woman, I'm gonna flood you, big river, and I'm gonna sit right here until I die. I met her accidentally in St. Paul, Minnesota. Now won't you ride her down my Baton Rouge River Queen, roll along. Take my woman on down to New Orleans, New Orleans. Go on, I've had enough.
Thank you for tuning into the Post TV. I'm Chase Borland.
And I'm Kendall Timms. Be sure to check out all of these full-length videos at thepostathens.com. Have a great weekend, everyone.